Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Job 1, Psalm 146, and Proverbs 28. Let's get started. There was a man who lived in the land of Uz. His name was Job. He was honest. He did what was right. He had respect for God and avoided evil. Job had 7 sons and 3 daughters. He owned 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels. He owned 500 pairs of oxen and 500 donkeys. He also had a large number of servants. He was the most important man among all the people in the East. His sons used to give feasts in their homes on their birthdays. They would invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. The time for enjoying good food would end. Then Job would make plans for his children to make pure and clean. He would sacrifice a burnt offering for each of them. He would do it early in the morning. He would think, perhaps my children have sinned. Maybe they have spoken evil things against God in their hearts. That's what Job always did for his children when he felt they had sinned. One day, angels came to the Lord. Satan also came with them. The Lord said to Satan, "Where have you come from?" Satan answered, "From traveling all around the earth. I've been going from one end of it to another." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you thought about my servant Job? There isn't anyone on earth like him. He is honest. He does what is right. He has respect for God and avoids evil. He always gives Job everything he needs," Satan replied. "That's why he has respect for you. Haven't you guarded him and his family? Haven't you taken care of everything he has? You have blessed everything he does. His flocks and herds are spread all through the land. But now reach out your hand and strike down everything he has. Then I'm sure he'll speak evil things against you. In fact, he'll do it right in front of you." The Lord said to Satan, "All right, I am handing everything he has over to you, but do not touch the man himself." Then Satan left the Lord and went on his way. One day, Job's sons and daughters were at their oldest brother's house. They were enjoying good food and drinking wine. During that time, a messenger came to Job. He said, "The oxen were playing, the donkeys were eating grass here. Then the Sabaeans attacked us and carried off the animals. They killed some of the servants with their swords. I'm the only one who has escaped to tell you." While he was still speaking, a second messenger came. He said, "God sent lightning from the sky. It struck the sheep and killed them. It burned up some of the servants. I'm the only one who has escaped to tell you." While he was still speaking, a third messenger came. He said, "The Chaldeans separated themselves into 3 groups. They attacked your camels and carried them off. They killed the rest of the servants with their swords. I'm the only one who has escaped to tell you." While he was still speaking, a fourth messenger came. He said, "Your sons and daughters were at their oldest brother's house. They were enjoying good food and drinking wine. Suddenly a strong wind blew in from the desert. It struck the 4 corners of the house. The house fell on your children. Now all of them are dead. I'm the only one who has escaped to tell you." After Job heard all these reports, he got up and tore his robe. He shaved his head. Then he fell to the ground and worshipped the Lord. He said, "I was born naked, and I'll leave here naked. The Lord has given, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised." In spite of everything, Job didn't sin by blaming God for doing anything wrong. Chapter 2. On another day, angels came to the Lord. Satan also came to him along with them. The Lord said to Satan, "Where have you come from?" Satan answered, "From traveling all around the earth. I've been going from one end of it to the other." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you thought about my servant Job? There isn't anyone on earth like him. He is honest. He does what is right. He is respectful of God and avoids evil. You tried to turn me against him. You wanted me to turn him to destroy him without any reason, but he still continues to be faithful." Satan replied, "A man will give everything he has to save himself. So Job is willing to give up the lives of his family to save his own life. But now reach out your hand and strike his flesh and bones. Then I'm sure he will speak evil things against you. In fact, I think he'll do it right in front of you. The Lord said to Satan, "Right, I am handing him over to you, but you must spare his life." Then Satan left the Lord and went on his way. He sent painful sores on Job. He covered him from the bottom of his feet to the top of his head. He got part of a broken pot. He used it to scrape his skin. He did it while he was sitting in ashes. His wife said to him, "I am still continuing to be faithful to the Lord. Speak evil things against them and die." Job replied, "You are talking like a foolish woman. We accept good things from God, so we should also accept trouble when he sends it." In spite of everything, Job didn't say anything that was sinful. Job had 3 friends named Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite. They heard about all the troubles that had come to Job, so they started out from their homes. They had agreed to meet together. They wanted to go and show their concern for Job. They wanted to comfort him. When they got closer to where he lived, they could see him, but they could hardly recognize him. They began to weep out loud. They tore their robes and sprinkled dust on their heads. Then they sat down on the ground with him for 7 days and 7 nights. No one said a word to them. That's because they saw how much he was suffering. Chapter 3. After a while, Job opened his mouth to speak. He cursed the day he had been born. He said, "May the day I was born be wiped out. May the night be wiped away when people say, 'A boy is born.' May that day turn into darkness. May God in heaven not care about it. May no light shine on it. May gloom and total darkness take it back. May clouds settle over it. May blackness cover it up. May deep darkness take over the night I was born. May it not be included among the days of the year. May it never appear in any of the months. May no children ever have been born on that night. May no shout of joy be heard in it." Many people say evil things about that day. May people say evil things about that day. May people ready to wait the sea monster Leviathan say evil things about that day. May its morning stars become dark. May it lose all hope of ever seeing daylight. And may it not see the first light of the morning sun. It didn't keep my mother from letting me be born. It didn't keep my eyes from seeing trouble. Why didn't I die when I was born? Why didn't I die when I came out of my mother's body? Why was I placed on her knees? Why did her breast give me milk? If all that hadn't happened, I'd be lying down in peace. I'd be asleep and at rest in the grave. I'd be with the earth's kings and rulers. They had built for themselves places that are now destroyed. I'd be with princes who used to have gold. They had filled their houses with silver. Why wasn't I buried like a baby who was born dead? Why wasn't I buried like a child who never saw the light of day? In the grave, sinful people don't cause trouble anymore. And there, tired people find rest. Prisoners don't enjoy peace there. They don't hear a slave driver shouting at them anymore. The least important and most important people are there, and there the slaves are set free from their owners. Why should those who suffer ever be born? Why should life be given to those whose spirits are bitter? Why is life given to those who long for death that doesn't come? Why is it given to those who would rather search for death than for hidden treasure? Why is life given to those who are actually happy and glad when they reach the grave? Why is life given to a man like me? God hasn't told me what will happen to me. He has surrounded me with nothing but trouble. Sighs have become my food every day. Groans pour out of me like water. What I was afraid of has come on me. What I worried about has happened to me. I don't have any peace and quiet. I can't find any rest. All I have is trouble. Chapter 4. Then Eliphaz the Temanite replied, "Job, suppose someone tries to talk to you. Will that make you uneasy? I can't keep you from speaking up. Look, you taught many people. You made weak hands strong. Your words helped those who had fallen down. You made shaky knees strong. Now trouble comes to you, and you are unhappy about it. It strikes you down, and you are afraid. Shouldn't you worship God and trust Him? Shouldn't your honest life give you hope? Here's something to think about. Have people who are guilty ever been wiped out? Have honest people ever been completely destroyed? Here's what I observed. People gather a crop from what they plant. If they plant evil and trouble, that's what they will harvest. The breath of God destroys them. The blast of his anger wipes them out. Powerful lions might roar and growl, but their teeth are broken. Lions die because they don't have any food, because then their cubs are scattered. A message came to me in secret. It was as quiet as a whisper. I had a scary dream one night. I was sound asleep. Fear and trembling seized me. That made every bone in my body shake. A spirit glided past my face. The hair on my body stood on end. Then the spirit stopped, but I couldn't tell what it was. Something stood there in front of me. I heard a soft voice. It said, "Can a human being be more right than God? Can even a strong man be more pure than the God who made him? God doesn't trust those who serve him. He even brings charges against his angels, so he will certainly find fault with human beings. After all, they are made of dust. They can be crushed more easily than a moth. Between sunrise and sunset, they are broken to pieces. Nobody even notices. They disappear forever. Like a tent that falls down, they get weak. They die because they didn't follow God's wisdom." Chapter 5. Eliphaz continued. "Call out if you want a job, but who will answer you? Which one of the holy angels will you turn to? Anger kills foolish people. Jealousy destroys those who are childish. I saw that foolish people were having success, but suddenly harm came to their homes. Their children aren't safe at all. They lose their case in court. No one speaks up for them. Hungry people eat up the crops of the foolish. They even take the food that grows among thorns. Thirsty people long for the wealth of the foolish. Hard times don't just grow out of the soil. Trouble doesn't jump out of the ground, and people are born to have trouble. And that's just as sure as sparks fly out. If I were you, I'd make my appeal to God. I bring my case to be judged by him. He does wonderful things that can't be understood. He does miracles that can't even be counted. He sends rain on the earth. He sends water on the countryside. He lifts up people who are lowly in spirit. He lifts up those who are sad. He keeps them safe. He stops the evil plans of those who are clever. The work of their hands doesn't succeed. Some people think they are so wise, but God catches them in their own tricks. He sweeps away the evil plans of sinful people. Darkness covers them in their daytime. At noon they feel their way around as if it were night. God saves needy people from the cutting word of their enemies. He saves them from their power. So poor people have hope. And God checks the mouths of those who don't treat others fairly. Blessed is the person God corrects. So don't hate the mighty one's strength. He wounds, but he also bandages up those he wounds. He harms, but his hands also heal those he harms. From 6 troubles he will save you. Even if you are in trouble 7 times, no harm will come to you. And there isn't enough food, God will keep you from dying. When you go into battle, he won't let a sword strike you down. He will keep you safe from words that can't hurt you. You won't need to be afraid when everything is being destroyed. You'll laugh when things are being destroyed. You'll enjoy life even when there isn't enough food. You won't be afraid of wild animals. You'll make a covenant with the stones in the fields. They won't keep your crops from growing. And even wild animals will be at peace with you. You will know that the tent you live in is secure. You'll check out your property. You'll see that nothing is missing. You can be sure you will have a lot of children. They will be as many as the blades of grass on the earth. You will grow down to the grave whilst you are still very strong. You will be like a crop that is gathered at the right time. We have carefully studied all these things, and they are true, so pay attention to them. Apply them to yourself. Proverbs 28. Sins run away even when no one is chasing them, but those who do what is right are as bold as lions. A country has many rulers when its people don't obey. Well, an understanding ruler knows how to keep order. A ruler who treats poor people badly is like a pounding rain that leaves no crops. Those who turn away from instruction praise sinners, but those who learn from it oppose them. Sinful people don't understand what is right, but those who worship the Lord understand it completely. It is better to be poor and live without blame than to be rich and follow a crooked path. A child who understands what is right learns from instruction, but a child who likes to eat too much brings shame on his father. Someone might get rich by taking interest or profit from poor people, but that person only piles up wealth for someone who will be kind to poor people. If you don't pay attention to my instruction, even your prayers are hated. Those who lead honest people down an evil path will fall into their own trap, but those who are without blame will receive good things. Rich people may think they are wise, but a poor person with understanding knows that rich people are fooling themselves. When godly people win, everyone is very happy, but when sinners take charge, everyone hides. Anyone who hides their sins doesn't succeed, but anyone who admits their sins and gives them up finds mercy. Blessed is the one who always trembles in front of God, but anyone who makes their heart stubborn will get into trouble. An evil person who rules over helpless people is like a roaring lion or an angry bear. A ruler who is mean to his people takes money from them by force, but one who hates money gained in the wrong way will rule a long time. Anyone troubled by the guilt of murder will seek to escape their guilt by death. No one should keep them from it. Anyone who lives without blame is kept safe, but anyone whose path is crooked will fall into the pit. Those who work their land will have plenty of food, but those who chase dreams will be very poor. A faithful person will be richly blessed, but anyone who wants to get rich will be punished. Favoring one person over another is not good, but a person will do wrong for a piece of bread. Those who won't share what they have want to get rich. They don't know they are going to be poor. It is better to warn a person than to pretend to praise them. In the end, that person will be more pleased with you. Anyone who steals from their parents and says it's not wrong is just like someone who destroys. People who always want more stir up conflict, but those who trust in the Lord will succeed. Those who trust in themselves are foolish, but those who live wisely are kept safe. Those who give to poor people will have all they need, but those who close their eyes to the poor will receive many curses. When those who are evil take charge, other people hide, but when those who are evil die, godly people grow stronger. Psalm 146. Praise the Lord. I will praise the Lord. I will praise the Lord all my life. I will sing praise to my God as long as I live. Don't put your trust in human leaders. Don't trust in people who can't save you. When they die, they return to the ground. On that day, their plans come to nothing. Blessed are those who depend on the God of Jacob for help. Blessed are those who put their hope in the Lord their God. He is the maker of heaven and earth and the ocean. He made everything in them. He remains faithful forever. He stands up for those who are treated badly. He gives food to hungry people. The Lord sets prisoners free. The Lord gives sight to those who are blind. The Lord lifts up those who feel helpless. The Lord loves those who do what is right. The Lord watches over the outsiders who live in our land. He takes good care of children whose fathers have died. He also takes good care of widows, but he causes evil people to fail in everything they do. The Lord rules forever. The God of Zion will rule for all time to come. Praise the Lord. Now that's done, I shall now do the Lord's Prayer. Please bow your heads. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as you have also forgiven our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.